Welcome back, everybody. This is Dren608 with another turn for the Civil War by Victory Games, designed by Eric Lee Smith. The game is no longer in print, in case you're wondering how you can get a copy of this. It's going into turn 13. Things are not looking good for the Union. They are only at 56 victory points. With table use, the permanent victory points I got for isolation of Washington, and the few extra I'll get for U.S. ships sunks, it's only like about a 20-point split right now. And the Union needs to be at like a 50-point split at the end of turn 17, so they are way behind the curve. But let's push on and see how this plays out. This was me checking production and victory points. I have a feeling you're probably going to see me being primary in the West for almost the rest of the game because I need to get victory points, and that's where the most of them are. And this is me just taking my commands for the West, or for the Union, and then for the CSA. I didn't spend any naval points on this, I just let them roll. Alabama got a 10, and the Florida got a 10. So another 20 ships, went up to 92. He's almost at 4 victory points. We go into the action phase. It's a 2 initiative to the CSA, so they take a free leader. And moved Forrest somewhere. Oh, Forrest, who's was taken and placed in Vicksburg. That was so that I could only a 1 fails on reaction rolls, so that I can run away because I don't have strength points to take. This is a turn where it's like the Union gets 1 in the East, 1 in the West, and South gets nothing. So there's no really reinforcements here. Okay. I also took another leader hoping to get a plus on him, but I didn't. I got E.K. Smith instead. And of course Sherman's going to try and take him, and J.J. says, no, we're leaving. So I get to turn that into a fort. I get to capture the... and I'm going after him again, and he goes, nope, I'm on my way. And I'm going after him again, and I forgot to leave my strength point behind like I was supposed to. And JJ says, no, I'm leaving. And then again, and he says, no, I'm leaving. So Sherman's chasing him down the length and breadth of Mississippi. I do have a rail line to that depot on the river and then back to the north, so I'm not too worried about it. Also have a support thing into Baton Rouge, so I'm not worried about Sherman being out of supply. And then I think I'm putting down my rail markers. And then we got a really big die differential here. So CSA took leader in New Orleans. I moved Johnston into favorable terrain and then moved this guy over to join his army. And then I destroyed the depot as well, so I'm up to 2 strength points. I took my last leader in New Orleans, hoping to have Johnston fall back and get the leaders to join him. The Union has this huge split. So I took some Western command points. Oh, I got Howard to start marching around trying to establish the rail lines somewhat. For whatever reason, I didn't change that one rebel one. I walked through it. That doesn't make any sense. but captured Corinth, which was kind of important. I need to get victory points. Took a leader into Lyon's thing, maybe? I don't. Maybe I just rearranged them. But I spent some discretionary points to move Lyon to attack Johnston, who's going to fight. So we did the fight. Lyon got 1 damage on him. CSA got a D2. Lyon had to reroll his own to try and at least get to a D2. Still rolled a 1, so Lyon's not that great of an army commander. He can't roll dice. And then I start rolling for the Union. Reynolds got wounded. CSA. Who's the last leader in the line? Ward did not get his army, his 3-star promotion. I think the CSA was just fine. They didn't have anything happen to them. And we tied on a 5, which gave us a whole bunch more command points. So I'm just kind of scrolling through that. Then we got to our split here, where we went down to a 2. What did I do with my 2? Oh, I built a supply depot in Shreveport for some reason. I do not know. I built a depot somewhere for the Union in the West. I'm not sure where. Did I build it in Showfields? I don't know. I built it someplace. And then we got another split here. This is a 6 to 3, so it's like a 3-point split with the Union. Got rid of my morale thing on Lyon. Or did I? Yes. And the CSA took their command points to move Johnston. I think I just moved him into that swamp space, and then later I figured out that that was not good. But then I rolled doubles, and the turn end. So they got a couple table use points out of it. I have 17 points for the Union to spend, which really hurts. We reset all the things. We moved the victory points for the USA up to 57, but then I looked and I said, oh, how about that? I actually have all the victory point cities in Mississippi, so I get a conversion point for them. So, yay. Then I did, here's a note, the CSA has 30 from table use, plus 3 ships sunk, because they're not quite at 100, plus 4 permanent. So that put them at 37. And the Union was only at 65. So 65 from 37 from 65 is a 28. If we ended at this turn, it would be a CSA substantial victory. So the CSA is way ahead currently in this game. Most of my Union opponents, whenever they face this, get just so frustrated that they can't seem to get anywhere fast enough. I've usually been relatively fortunate in that it's usually only 2 uses on the table, and usually the whole second use doesn't get completely used. And this whole delay tactic, I mean, the Union just has problems. And even I'm having problems knowing exactly what the South is going to do to me, and I'm still having problems executing because I can't get the splits. I've got too many things to do and not enough commands and time to actually execute them. So, I'd be interested in people's thoughts about this kind of defense of the South, where you're not, running off and pulling off of Gettysburg by trying to march north and whatnot. I did have an opportunity to isolate Washington. I thought I'd only get 2 points out of it. I got lucky and got 4, but I think I also broke a rule for the Union that I had to spend my discretionary points in the East after that had happened, and I think I spent them either on naval or in the Trans-Mississippi or something, which means that they probably would have had a guy that could have run around and reestablished the railroads on that second turn, on turn 6 or whatever it was, that I chased Lee out. I ran out of command points in the east, but I did have command point. Single command point would have opened the rail line, and would have not had me isolated. So they'd have 2 less, and then I wouldn't have done something in this Trans-Mississippi or the West or wherever I spent those points. Which it's like, yeah, you messed up, and you can't really go back and to go back and try and correct it would mean that I would basically have to replay all sorts of things because the strategic position would have subtly changed. So I didn't go back and do that. I just kind of ate the fact that I gave them 2 extra free victory points. Anyway, I'm Dren608. If you like my videos, please subscribe, leave me comments. Like I said, I'm interested in other people's ideas about this kind of Southern strategy. I don't know that I'm executing everything perfectly. I know I'm not executing perfectly for the Union. I'm just don't seem to be able to get things done. Whether the turn's ending or I just don't have the right splits to do what I need to do when it needs to be done. Leave me comments. Subscribe if you like it. Until next time, stay safe and bye-bye.